Futsal, football sala, indoor soccer. Is it 5-a-side, 6-a-side? Is it a kick-in, throw-in? So many questions. That's why we created this channel. Let's dive in and figure out what is exactly futsal. What's up guys, Coach Thiago here. Welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to be talking about futsal. We're going to be clarifying some information that's been on the web or through mouth to mouth, where some people are pretending to be coaching futsal and not really teaching properly the sport. The word futsal simply comes from the word football or football in Portuguese and Spanish, plus the word salão or sala in Spanish, forming together the word futsal. That's where the word comes from. Futsal is the most played sport in the world. But how come? It's simple. Some of the countries, most of the third developed countries, they have basically basketball or futsal courts or tennis courts all over the buildings, all over the apartment complexes and a bunch of places. And then since soccer is the most common sport, because they cannot play soccer, they tend to play futsal. Futsal has contributed to a bunch of international known players such as Neymar, Messi, Cristiano, Pelé, even we can talk about Iniesta and Xavi, how they grew up playing. And what the only thing that they have in common is they all attribute their perfect or almost perfect decision making and quickness and then the quality in soccer to their futsal development. So we can see some other videos of Ronaldinho, we can see videos of Neymar playing at young ages. They all developed or played futsal throughout their younger years, and then once they turn into the 12, 13 years old, that's when they fully merge to soccer. So futsal, it is a small-sided variation of what we know as soccer or football in some countries. The basic rules of football usually apply on the futsal, but with some key differences. To start off, the game is played on a 5v5 field. So 5 players, 1 goalie, 4 field players in each team playing against each other, just like in basketball. There is no need to stop the clock in order for players to come out or come in on a substitution. It's on the go. You just call the player comes out, and then you step in on the court. The other difference we have in futsal is that the ball is much heavier than a regular soccer size ball. It's heavier, and then it has less bounce, which makes the ball on the ground more, and the player has to move the ball more often, keeping it under control at most of the times. Another difference that we have is that there's outbounds, so there's no walls around, as some people have mentioned online. The futsal, there's no walls, all right? There's outbounds, which make the game a little faster. Where they cannot use the wall, they have to learn to pass the ball more. With that, instead of a throw-ins that we have in soccer, it is called a kick-in. The ball has to be on the line, dead, for the player to put the ball back in place. And instead of a goal kick, we call a goal clearance. That's when the goalie has to use the hand to throw the ball back in the game. Another difference that we have is that every set pieces or every ball that's out and dead, the player only has 4 seconds to replace the ball back in the game. So if there's a kick-in or throw-in in soccer, so the player only has 4 seconds. At the time that he puts the ball down, the referee will start counting 4 seconds and he has to replace the ball back in the game within those 4 seconds. Another difference is that the goal is very small. It's not a soccer, it's a 2 by 5 meters. It's 2 meters high, 5 meters side, and it's just like a hockey size. And it has to force the players to have a better technique on the finishing, because it's much smaller. With the goal in the middle, it is really hard for you to score. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell, and give a thumbs up. It will be much appreciated, and I'll see you next week.